Hello. Last time we talked about population mean, small samples. Today we population proportion and large sample. Okay. So do you remember large sample talking about z value, small sample talking about t value, right? So large z value means normal distribution, t value means t distribution. Okay. So this one also have same step. First of all, 5 step. Do you remember? Always 5 step. Perform the test of a hypothesis, population proportion, like P for large sample. Okay. So step 1, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. Step 2, distribution to use. So which is distribution we're gonna use? So first of all, satisfy NP normal what's the sample size times p, and q means 1 minus p should be greater than 5, and the sample size greater than 30. If less than 30 small sample, greater than 30 we say large sample, right? So we should satisfy this condition in p, right? So n times p greater than 5 and q always greater than 5, you know that q will be 1 minus p. Okay, this is all proportion. So normal distribution, yeah, of course normal distribution make using the hypothesis test. Alright, so large sample we're gonna using z, normal distribution. Okay, normal distribution, sample statistics. So sample proportion p hat. So do you remember, p is the population, p hat is the sample, and this is compute. Okay, what kind of formula they gonna use? You can see that like z value. So p hat mean is the what? The sample, the mean. Subtract so normal. This one is population, and this sigma, this population. Okay, so sigma, how can you find the square root? P times q divided n. Okay. Oh, all right, next one. So value p is formula, so we already mentioned that q equal to what? 1 minus p. Okay. All right, next one. So z value p hat formula using p. Yeah, okay. All right, so determine. So first step, find what? The hypothesis, null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis. Second, select the distribution, which value. We're gonna using z value, which means normal distribution. All right, and we should find which rejection area and non-rejection area region. And calculation, test statistic about like sample, right? So the z value for p hat. So making decision, the based on the location, right? Come to the z value. So we have two kind using the z value calculation, right? So test this statistic about z value. Second, make a decision about p value. Okay, that's two different. All right, like same step before, not big difference, only using proportion. Okay, we already deal with the small sample, large sample, same method. Always population mean or proportion. Only two kind of problem. Yeah, actually four kind, because population mean large sample, population mean small sample, population mean population proportion large sample small. Okay, so large sample talking about z value, which means normal distribution. A small sample, which means t value. Okay. All right, and the 5 step. So this is hypothesis, a null hypothesis or alternate hypothesis, and which distribution we're going to use, and that you should define a rejection or non-rejection, and calculation, testing statistics. So the calculation part, and the last part is important. Make a decision. How can decision using z value or p value? All right, get it? All right, apply new some problem. So also today we're gonna discuss about two tail question, and tomorrow we have left right tail question. Okay, so two tail test hypothesis about P, large sample. Okay, so it's a long question. So here, Santa woman aging university 51 of the woman over the 50 age, aging not as much as bad as they expect. So this one is like population mean, population proportion, and here and household 2002 population. So they can repeat again. Woman age 50 over. The recent sample 400 and 54% this one sample proportion, and significant level 1, because when you decide decision we need that, right? And they said from here conclude here. So current percentage women age 50 or and over who think aging not as bad as they expect. Different from. So different from means two tail, right? Two tail. Alright, so we should briefly write down about what kind of information they given. Okay, so first of all, they given P, population, for sample size and sample and significant level. Okay, we don't need standard deviation and we don't need the mean, which mean is same. Okay, but using the proportion. All right, so what's the sample and the population proportion means? We already mentioned here. Mean is the proportion. I mean, all women age 50 and over who think his age is not as bad as they had expect. They mention here, right? Expect that. They mention one more time. And then P hat, like sample corresponding sample proportion, right? Because this is proportion, population proportion. This one sample proportion. It's different. So claim the current percent is not different from the 2002. It's not different, which means same. Okay. So step 1, so null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis. What is that? So null hypothesis mentioned that here's not difference. This one different. Okay, not different. When you're talking about different means how many tail? Two tail. So that's why this one is a two tail test. Okay, and next one. Select two distribution. What kind of distribution gonna use? So we collect data. So NP they given. So 400 times 0.51, 204, more than 5. And Q also 400 times P is 51, so 49 times that 196 is greater than that. So sample size or story. Okay, so also they already mentioned normal distribution to make hypothesis test P. Okay, all right. So step 1, thesis, hypothesis, and second step 2, decision. What kind of distribution gonna use? All right. The third, step 3. So rejection, non-rejection area. Like here, okay, it's just come out. Sorry. Anyway, so this is significant level. So two tail, right? So divide the two. So here 0.005, 0.005. Okay, two things, big two tail. All right. So z value subtract 5.005.4950, which means z value 2.58 using the normal distribution table. So they say 2.58. So z value to critical point negative 2.58, positive 2.58, like here to here. So in the left side, right side, this is the reject area. In the middle, do not reject, not rejected area, which means non-rejected region. Alright, the question, calculation, sigma pq over n, okay, and p is the given, right? So q also p minus 1 minus p, and n is the sample size 400, and z value, we need that p hat, sample, population, and also sigma is from this number, right? And the comma 1.2. Alright, so making decision. Sample statistic right here 1.20, but here we reject area 2.58. So even 2.58. So over here maybe 1.2. So do not reject area. Okay. So you can see that the reject in the rejection area, non-rejection in the middle. So it is do not reject. So our conclusion is, repeat one more time. The current percentage of women the age 50 and over who think their aging is not as bad as they had expected, in difference from 2002. Okay, this question, and we can using the p-value too make a decision. How much will be z value from here, right? So 1.20. So 5, this one changed to find the value here. So 5 subtract 0.389. So using the table you can see this number. So that number will be p value, but this both sides, two tail, so should be times 2. So sigma level 0.01 for our p level 0.2302, so much bigger. So do not reject. So p is significant level. Okay, do not reject because inside here. Alright, do you understand that? Alright, so one more time. So population mean already done, and this proportion. So population mean we need mean and standard deviation. But proportion is not. We need just proportion. So before we talk about large, small. This one also large, and later small. Right? So we have test. In this case, they have differ from. So we have two tail left to right. That's why we times 2. But tomorrow we're gonna talk about like right tail, left tail. So we can compare both of them, right? Alright, that's it. So thank you. Bye bye.